Welcome back to Orange Nation. Artist of the day, Tom Petty. Breakdown is the song.
All right, as promised, we close out hour number one by going to our guest line. Pleased to be joined by Cuse linebacker Marlowe Wax, who's down in Charlotte representing the Orange at ACC Media Day. Marlowe, great to have you on. How are you today?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on. So I appreciate the opportunity.
All right, you're probably tired of answering questions at this point. I know you guys have been doing the media thing here for a little while. What's this experience been like for you to be down there with Garrett and Aronde and Coach Babers and to be able to represent Syracuse in this way at this kickoff event?
Man, it's a great feeling, man. It's a great opportunity, just a dream come true being able here to represent a great school like Syracuse and just relay messages that a lot of people don't get to hear and just have a voice. I'm happy to be here.
You're down there in large part because you're considered a leader on this team. What's that been like for you? Year 4 now in the program, and coming up through the ranks. It wasn't that long ago you were a young pup in this program, and now you're looked at as a veteran and one of the leaders. Is that a role you embrace? I mean, tell me a little bit about that leadership role and how you're approaching it.
100%, but it definitely went so fast. But definitely, I gotta embrace it. Something that I was just raised, and my mom and my family just instilled in me, just to be a leader and just to be a person that a lot of people can come to and just look at for guidance and things like that. So I definitely love the role that I'm in now. I'm going to continue to keep on embracing it and just give it to the young guys so they can continue to do it.
And you had a chance to learn from a pretty good leader in Michael Jones, and an impressive young man who's now moved on and taken the next step in his football journey. What did you learn from Michael, and how important was he for your development as a player, both on and off the field?
Speaking on a lot, I really wasn't the vocal guy. I was the laid back guy, chill guy, and Michael just instilled that in me a lot. Just me watching him become that leader he is now, and just bring guys along with him, just like me. So I give a lot of thanks to him. He helped me a lot, and me just becoming and just being in his role right now.
The linebacking core seems to be a strength of this team. It was a strength of last year's team as well, but you were robbed of being able to play with Stephon Thompson, who was injured right away, right off the bat last season, and missed the rest of the year. What's it like having him back, and what kind of season are you expecting out of Stephon Thompson? And I guess how does that help his presence back on the field? How does that help you and make your job maybe a little bit easier?
Man, Steph is a great talent. We came in together, both locked in, both ready to tear the ACC up. So I'm just happy to have my brother back on the field and just have that presence of another stud linebacker. And I'm just happy and ready to see him make a lot of plays and just go crazy against other ACC offenses, man.
You lost a lot in the defensive backfield, obviously, with Garrett Williams, moving on, and Deuce Chestnut and Jahad Carter deciding to go elsewhere, and there are some questions up front. It seems like the linebackers, that's the known commodity on the defense. Do you guys, maybe take that as a? Do you feel like there's any added pressure, I guess, on you guys, knowing that the linebacking core is supposed to be the solid, steady unit, maybe while the defensive backs and the defensive line come along?
Man, there's no pressure at all, man. It's nothing we haven't asked for, man. I don't think there's no step behind in any position group. We are ready for the challenge. We are ready to go out there every week and just prepare and just go out there and mob the D-line. I see them every single day putting in work, getting ready, getting the playbook down, getting bigger, changing their body. So I'm ready. I know they're going to do their job. I know the linebackers beside me going to do their job. I know I'm going to do my job. I know the DBs behind me going to do their job. So I'm ready to see what this defense can do for this season coming up.
You mentioned the defense as a whole. You've got a new defensive coordinator, obviously, in Rocky Long, one of the architects of this 3-3-5 that you play. And I know you got a taste of what he was all about at the very end of last year with the Pinstripe Bowl and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But now that you've had a chance to be around him and work with him through spring practice and now into the summer, what can you tell us about Rocky Long and what's it going to be like working with him, as your new DC?
Man, he's a guru, man. He's been around football a long time, long before I was here. So He knows how to attack different offenses. He knows how to change it up so fast. He knows how to make just different checks and things like that. So I'm ready and blessed to have him in my room now. I'm blessed to just have him as a coach and just ready to see how we do this upcoming season.
7-6 last year. You got off to that great start. Then injuries kind of set in, and you lost a few in a row and finished up 7-6 on the season. But what did you, as a team, learn from last year that you hope to apply to this year as you look to get to back-to-back bowl games?
Man, I just think that we like, since I've been here in Texas, we've seen highs and we've seen lows. So now we know how to keep it level. We know how not to get too big headed. We know how to be too low on ourselves. So just walking into this season, we know just every single week, just focus on the week ahead, the team ahead. Go 1-0 every week. We're not worrying about the previous week, and we're not worrying about the week next week. We're worrying about what's in front of us and going forward, which is Colgate right now.
We don't have to get into the details of what happened with LaQuint Allen, but I did want to get a comment from you just on having him back. And I know he's not, back on the field quite yet. That'll come mid-August. But the fact that all of that other stuff is behind him, and you guys get your starting running back, back in the fold. How important is that for this team? Both again as a player, but he's one of your brothers, one of your fellow teammates. How important is it to have him back in the fold?
It's great. Like you said, it's one of my brothers. Like, it's amazing to have him back, and I'm happy that everything went how it went. So just to have another hard worker like LaQuint, another person that's going to go 100%, go back against the wall, fight for every single person that's on this team, and I'm ready, man. I'm really appreciative for it. I'm so happy for him and ready to see what he's going to do this season coming up.
You've become a fan favorite here in this town in part because of the podcast that you do with with Caleb. Are you guys planning to do that again this year? You're running that back this year?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a plan. Caleb, he's not going to let it fall through. He's going to keep it going for sure.
All right, excellent. And last question for you, Marlowe, as we wrap things up here, and I know you've got some more media responsibilities, but do you have any sort of message for the Cuse fans listening as you get ready to head into 2023 here?
Man, we got y'all. We're gonna do even better than last year. We're gonna just stay loyal over here with y'all, and please come out. Every single game is going to be big.
All right, Marlowe, we appreciate you finding some time for us. Enjoy the rest of your summer. I know camp starts here before we know it here, August 1st. So enjoy what's left of the summer. Enjoy your time down there in Charlotte, and best of luck. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right, appreciate you for coming on. Marlowe Wax, our guest here on the show. I know we had to let him go a couple minutes early, Paulie, before the top of the hour because he's got some more media responsibilities. But
he's got vast responsibilities.
He does, much like you. Were you paying attention at all?
Yeah,
you were. Okay.
He gets to play for Rocky Long.
He does. He doesn't seem concerned about the other position groups. And again, generally speaking, that's
he's
one.
To keep his podcast going. Is this Paulie and the Professor?
I was
going to keep his podcast.
I was going to Paulie and Professor you because I didn't know how much attention you were paying to that interview. They generally figure it out with the defensive backs. Like we've seen a lot of defensive backs come and go, and good ones, and move on to the NFL, and obviously
under different coaches,
move on to other programs. No, I understand. So
hopefully they could continue that.
Well, again, Dino's been here. This is year 8, so he's got a track record with DBs as well. So. I think they'll be fine in the defensive backfield. I think they're going to be good in the middle of the field with the linebackers, and you just wonder, how good the defensive line will be. And Caleb Okechukwu is, kind of anchoring that offense or that defensive line rather. What else do they have up there, and can those guys produce? I think that might be the biggest question mark on defense. Can they stay healthy as well? That was an issue last year. We saw guys dropping like flies throughout the year. All right, we're going to hit a timeout. Phone line's open now for the next half hour if you want to check in. 315-437-7644. We'll hit a timeout here. We're back after this on ESPN Radio.